안녕하세요. 제 이름은 나미입니다. Hi, it's Nami. Today I am going to be not really reacting to Billie Eilish's song, but more so analyzing it and kind of going through line by line, explaining my understanding of the song because I relate to every single line. I was looking through the comments of her video. There were some people who left theories on the meaning of the song, which I thought that they were good, but at the same time, it wasn't all of it. Like, there was so much missing. So here somebody said this song was inspired by Billie's nightmare where she kills herself and nobody cares. The art is that we see this audio is an abstract art of the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, where a lot of people commit suicide. And it's also about the close relationship with her brother and how they save each other. The thing is, Billie's song, I felt like it wasn't about a nightmare. A nightmare is a dream that you have while you're sleeping, which you don't want. Something that scares you, something that you are not liking. But in Billie's song, she talks about a dream where she got everything she wanted. That is not a nightmare. When you are dreaming of your aspirations and what you want in life, that's just a dream. It's a dream either that you're sleeping or a dream that you have for your future. A nightmare is a dream that you have while you're sleeping that you don't want, that you don't like. I have shared with many of you my kind of struggles with my mental health as well. And this song really, I guess, spoke to me a lot when I was struggling with my current postpartum depression. I'm going to try to sing it because I feel like singing it has a lot of emotion attached to the meanings of the words. I'm not a musician and I have never had any vocal training, so please forgive me. But I did want to put my emotion into this analysis of the song because I feel every single lyric. It goes, I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. So Billie here says, I had a dream. This dream could either mean a dream that you have when you're asleep or a dream that you have towards the future, a hope, a desire for what you want your future to be, whether it's personal or whether it's like a dream like Martin Luther King Jr. had for the country. Not what you think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care. So here, she does talk about a nightmare, but it's not a nightmare to her. To her, it's a dream. It's what she wants. It's a nightmare to anyone who might care about her, anyone who might care that loves her. So by this point, we think, oh, she had a dream. Maybe it's to win the lottery or something. Or maybe it's something she dreamt at night, but we don't know what it is yet. But then she says that it might have been a nightmare to everyone who might care about her or everyone who might care. There's not much detail at this point. And then it goes, thought I could fly. So I stepped off the golden. The golden she refers to as the Golden Gate Bridge, which, as the comment was correct about, many people do commit suicide there and jump into the river. And she's still talking about in her dream. In her dream, she thought she could fly and she wants to be free. So she jumped off the Golden Bridge. And that there, I love how she put that in to just show her emotion. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Nobody cried. Nobody even noticed. I saw them standing right there. I kinda thought they might care. This is still part of her dream where she got everything she wanted. No one cried and no one cared. No one even noticed. That's what she wants in her dream. That's what she wants and hopes for the future. And it's also, she's using the dream that you have when you're sleeping as an imagery for what she wants the most in life. Everything that she wants in life is to die, to commit suicide, and have no one notice or no one care. just to disappear off the face of the earth. And that's what she wants. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. But when I wake up, I see you with me. Here we move into reality, and that's why she uses but. Because everything up till now was the dream, but this is reality. When she wakes up, she sees somebody beside her. And you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to. So this is all what this person who's beside her is saying in reality. As long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't worry, you're safe. Don't want to lie here. I know you don't want to lie here. I know you're having a hard time just living. But you can learn to. You can learn to just lie there in bed because it's okay for you just to lie there in bed. You can learn how to lie there in bed, even though all you can do, because when you are in such a low point, sometimes all you can do is just lie there. Even that can become so torturous that you just want to end it, that you don't even want to lie there. But this person is saying, you can learn to. You can learn to put up with that. If I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you. Wanting to change the way someone sees themselves, that already shows that something's wrong with the way that they're seeing themselves. It's not a healthy way that people who are depressed or anxious see themselves. They think that they're worthless and that they don't deserve life. They wonder, why am I even living? Why am I here? And sometimes I hear the lyrics as, you wouldn't wonder why you here, they don't deserve you. And that's what I initially thought, where this person is telling Billie, I'm telling you they don't deserve you, and you're wondering why I'm telling you that. But if I could change the way that you think about yourself and the way that you see yourself, then you wouldn't wonder that anymore. But I think the actual lyric is, you wouldn't wonder why you're here. Because I think that's a question that many suicidal people have, is wondering and questioning for their existence. I've asked this question many times in my childhood. Why am I even here if my life is so meaningless? The next verse goes, I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. This speaks so much into how much we want to be heard, how much we want to be understood, and how much we need as people for people to hear us. It's almost like she's painting the imagery of drowning in yourself and feeling like even though you're screaming, there's no noise. Even though you're trying to portray and trying to express your thoughts and feelings, it's just not going anywhere. It's just getting lost in the water. They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's daughter. This part speaks two things, I feel like, about how people view poor mental health and how people treat others who have intrinsic value, who have loved ones, and who have, like, we all have people who care about us and we all have value to our life. And we should have basic respect for each other, but they view us poorly and kind of devalue us as people and say, oh, it's because you're lazy. It's because you're weak. Think positive thoughts. Try to think positively. They don't understand our condition. They try to make our circumstances and our condition part of our character. They try to define it as who we are when it's our health condition. It could have been, oh, guys, it's like 3:30 a.m., so I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Don't wanna lie here. If I could change the way I just don't deserve you. I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's daughter. It could have been a nightmare, but I felt like they were right there. And it feels like yesterday was a year ago, but I don't wanna let anybody know, 'cause everybody wants something from me now, and I don't wanna let them down. Yesterday feels like a year ago because time is going by so slowly. When you're going through such a hard time, it feels like every second is a year. You want to get through this and you want to get out of this, but it just feels like time is going by so slowly. It's almost like when you're having a good time, you lose track of time. But when you're having such a difficult time, the time goes by so slow. And that's why she says it feels like yesterday was a year ago. And when she says she doesn't want to let anyone know, she is having a hard time opening up to just the people around her because she doesn't want to share her condition. She doesn't want to share the difficulty that she's going through because everyone, it feels like she needs to give someone everything. She feels like there's expectations. She doesn't want to let them down. For me, I actually feel the opposite to this. I felt like growing up, I wanted to let everyone know. I wanted to let everyone know what I was going through and how I was feeling. But instead of not wanting to let them down, I felt like instead, because I wanted to let everyone know and because I was extremely manic and crazy, I was actually let down by them because I had expectations that at least some people would listen or some people would understand or some people would at least hear me, but no one understood or heard me because I was just crazy and I was let down. And then it goes back to the chorus where she says, I had a dream, I had everything I wanted. When I wake up, I see you with me. And you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't want to lie here, but you can learn to. If I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why you hear. They don't deserve you. And I think this part is so important as the chorus because it repeats again. And it goes through the most important part of living with the people around us, having that care for each other. The first time I heard this song, right when the chorus came out, I started bawling because it just reminded me of Michael. It reminded me of my husband and how he was the one who was there beside me. And essentially, he was the one who really encouraged me and reminded me of my value as a person and how much God loved me as myself, that I'm not alone and that I'll be okay. The chorus just reminds me of everyone who had been there by my side when I was at my darkest times. This song, when she sings of the chorus, the person who she speaks about is Billie's brother, Phineas. I think it's so great that she had him there with her. And I think we all need those people who really support us and accept us no matter our circumstances and no matter our condition, who we feel like are completely non-judgmental, who just understand where we're coming from and who just support us and encourage us and help us grow. And then the bridge, which is the end of the song, it repeats twice. It goes, if I knew it all then, would I do it again? Would I do it again? I think here Billie might be talking about suicidal attempts. If I knew the reality, the fact that this person is here with me and supports me, the fact that we are valuable and worthy, we're worth something. We're worth our life. If we knew how lovely we are and how precious we are as people, then would we do it again? Would we hurt ourselves again? Would we try to end our lives? I think not. And then it goes, if they knew what they said would go straight to my head, what would they say instead? This talks about the people who are not those close people around us who just say what they think and don't think about what they're saying. Often it can come either dismissive or judgmental, aggressive, discouraging. They don't know how terrible it makes us feel and how much we think about it. They just don't know how poor our health is in our brain. But if they knew, if they were given that opportunity to care, would they say something else instead? I think yes and no. There are some who would change what they said if they knew that it would hurt somebody. And there are some who just don't care. And I think that's the reality of trash people. They're just selfish and they just say what they think and they don't think about what they're saying. But it just ends like that. The song ends with those questions. I think that's life. Like, we just continue on and do our best and live. We can't change the past. We don't know what other people and how other people would react. I can't imagine the type of things that people have to bear hearing about themselves from other people that are not them. I feel like only you know yourself as much as you know yourself. You're the one human who knows yourself the most. And even then, we don't even know ourselves that much. I feel like we could all just be a little bit more gracious to each other and to ourselves. Have a little bit more empathy and compassion for each other. If you or anyone you know is struggling in any way, there are a lot of resources available online. When I was in elementary school, I tried to call Kids Helpline, which is, I think, the Canadian line for children who are going through difficulties. And I actually was hung up on. I've never shared this story before, but I called the Kids Helpline and I told the worker that I'm sad and that I'm lonely. I think the worker on the line thought it was a prank because I was with my friend and my friend was kind of giggling in the background. She said something super sarcastically, like, how can you be lonely if your friend is right there? And then she hung up on me, and I was in grade 4. I think that really deterred me from seeking any other help, but there are really good resources. If anyone has encountered a worker who hasn't fulfilled their duty to provide proper care, I'm so sorry that you had to experience that, or experience any people close to you who said things or did things that really made you feel terrible. I don't think that should stop us from trying to reach out and speak to somebody, even if it's a stranger, even if it's the last person we expect to understand us. Just to listen, even. They don't even have to understand. So I'm really thankful for you guys and your comments. Thank you so much for sharing in my last video things that you've been struggling with, or the circumstances that you're in, and even the things that you've experienced in the past. It really encourages me. I just feel like I'm so thankful that you feel like you can open up that way and that you can share with each other, even on our new Nacho Fam Discord server, where you guys are able to talk in the group chat and just share what you're going through, or just chat about just fluffy things. If you'd like to join, I'll have a link down below where you can join our group chat. But thank you so much for always being so lovely and open, and please know that you're doing your best and that you're doing a good job, and that I love you and you are just great. So I don't know why I wanted to make this video, but I guess I just wanted to talk about it from someone who's been suicidal for 13 years. I know there are many who have it for longer, but I just feel like I just feel every single line of Billie's song, and I feel like there's a lot of us out there, and And I just want you to know that you're not alone. And maybe this will help people who don't struggle with depression or suicidal tendencies, to help them understand kind of a little bit what we go through and how we think and feel. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll be chatting with you guys on our group chat on our Discord server, and I always post every day on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat, so I'll check you out on those platforms as well. Let's stay healthy and stay safe and do our best to take care of ourselves and the people around us. My battery's dying. Bye. Love you.